Whoa, Nelly. You better pull back those reins, baby. Hold your horses. Better stop the phones and stop the presses. Stop it all. Hang on a sec. Actually, as a matter of fact, you know what? Let me pull out my handkerchief because I must have a smudge on my lenses here. My eyes must be deceiving me. Let me get that. Let me get that right there. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's true. I think it's real. My goodness, what does this all mean? Let's dissect this piece by piece and see what is really happening here. Greetings, agents. This is CM Fragment of Marvel Future Fight, of course. Despite having arrived in the Marvel Future Fight universe some time ago, the King finally descends from his throne to join the battle, no longer content simply watching our agents. No, the King in Black, oh yes we know, makes his final move to challenge our agents. Question is, are you up for it, partner? Are you ready to handle his menacing powers? Battle as Lord of the Abyss. Hang on a second. Does this mean we'll actually get Noel as a playable character? It says here, agents, in order to obtain Noel, the King in Black, we must rely on the powers of our strongest superheroes. Let's go on here. Let's play this here video. Let's see what we got going on. Hang on. Let me silence that and let's cue this up. Well, I like the vibe. I like the music. It's got some, Metallica vibes. And he is Universal. Man, he's got the Grendels slashing with the Necro sword. Oh man. And that's one powerful sword that boy's got. Let me tell you right now. Let's minimize this. Let's cue this back up. Man, can you believe it? Can you freaking believe it? So, if you've been spending all those materials, all those Universal books, or you're queuing up to do so, I suggest you pump the brakes. Pump those brakes, because this man, he might be a game changer. You thought Sentry was a powerful dude? Nah, man. No rips him in half in the comics. Rips the void right out of him, right? And then, as a matter of fact, could be seeing Sentry get his void uniform after this. So let's talk for a second. Is he going to be native tier 3? Is he going to be native tier 2? And how are you going to be able to obtain this guy? Right? Because if you look, let's go to World Boss. Every other World Boss was obtainable by going to their... Actually, you know what? I don't even have Ebony Maw completely alive. I don't have all his bios. So it still shows where his bios are. In the normal World Boss difficulty, you go there, you get their bios. But how will we get them from Null? Right? I'm guessing you're going to have to reach a certain stage to get a select amount of bios from him. That's my guess. And maybe, you get like once you get to 5, you get a couple bios. Once you get to 10, you get some more, and then 15 and 20 and so on and so forth. That's my guess. Will it be like that? I don't know. But I think that would be kind of a cool way to do it. It might put Null out of reach for a good amount of the players. I hope they don't do that. I hope they make them very accessible to everybody, so everybody has a shot to use them. But yeah, if you've been building, we got Thor, Molecule Man, Sentry, Loki. Am I missing any? What other Universal did we get? 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, we got Dormammu and Odin, but that was a little bit ago, but it's still very, very recent. I mean, there was a time where we were complaining, Ghost Rider. That was still a little ways back. Um, there was a time we were complaining about we didn't have enough Universal Tier 3s. Now they're just smashing us with them left and right. Sorry, Gorilla Baby, I cannot play Danger Room with you right now. In a little bit, buddy. They're just smashing us over the head with Universals. Why are they doing this? I don't know. I mean, I like the fact that we're getting a lot of strong Universals, right? These character reworks for Thor, Loki were excellent. I like Molecule Man. I know there's a little bit of mixed feelings about him. I like him for Timeline. I use him. He's my lead character in Timeline, and he solos most of the matches for me. Sentry, I'm loving Sentry. I have the the beatdown on him, and that seems to be working really well against Null. But I mean, imagine you going into Null, fighting Null with Null, Necro Sword against Necro Sword. Who's gonna win? I don't know. Is he going to be a PvE or a PvP character? I'm guessing he's going to be for PvE. He's going to be for fighting Null. It's going to be Null on Null action. Battle of the brave. So I'm excited for this. I'm hyped for this. I know for a lot of players who, are just like getting through the epic quest, they're ranking up Thor and or Loki, or maybe they're still working on Odin. It's a lot. It's very expensive. And I like the fact that they, like, if you're not playing story mode, start playing that, because, they drop the tier 3 materials there, right? Get to Null as quickly as you can to collect the CCF, because I'm guessing he's going to be native tier 3, and you're going to have to rank up his gear with CCF, just like you did Sentry. And let's hope he is at least as strong as Sentry. He should be stronger. Right? I mean, not everything, or the power level from comics to game isn't always accurate, right? Sometimes it's inflated, sometimes it's deflated, and that could, upset a lot of players. If he comes to the game, he's not strong. But I mean, the power creep is real, and Null is extremely difficult. Like even with where my cards are at, thinking about going up to higher stages seems out of reach, unless I played Null 1,000 times and I get my Conqueror level up there, because as I explained in the last video, that matters a lot. That it does. Like, I got up 1 Conqueror level, and it made the stage I was on pretty easy to play, or just easier, not as hard. But man, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Where you're at, if you think you're going to be able to obtain Null day 1, right? Also, I was talking to somebody about this. Did you have to get Sentry's potential? Did you have to realize his potential? I don't think you did, right? Like, he just came tier 3. You didn't have to take him into World Boss or anything like that. You didn't have to get that. I hope that's the case with him, right? So we could actually, rank him up and use him, as soon as we're able to, as soon as we, unlock them and have the resources to rank them up, so on and so forth, right? So one thing that I have to stick here in the video is talk about all of the Donny Cates King in Black stuff that is so prevalent in the comics right now, right? There's all these different crossovers, like the new Valkyrie thing. I don't know if you watched my sneak peek video on the last one, but the Valkyrie comic run was coming out this month. I think it was the 21st that it's coming out, and yeah, there's so many, like Iron Man. He's got a crossover. Immortal Hulk has a crossover with King in Black. There's a huge Venom run. King in Black, Carnage. There's so much King in Black content, within the comics. And yeah, so there's a lot of stuff to digest there. So which means there's a lot of stuff that we could be seeing. Like, so it makes sense, we get Valkyrie, But in the new comic, it seems like, Jane Foster, she's like the top dog Valkyrie now. But I know, isn't she getting, isn't she like, she's like one of the Thors? So I'm not really sure how they're going to approach that. But I'm going to be checking out, like Comics Explained. Like I love that channel. I try to check it out every chance I get. And yeah, I'm not sponsored by no Comics Explained. No synergy going on there. I'm just a fan. And so I'll be checking out some of his stuff to see exactly, where all these other crossovers happen, to see, just to get some insight into, what's going on, what we could potentially be seeing, right? Because I don't think, I'm not sure if the run's over at this point for the King in Black, like if it's concluded or not. So, but yeah, that should be really interesting. I mean, there's a lot of characters in that appear that have major roles in it, that have like little minor roles. Right? They introduced Venom's son Dylan. He's got like some crazy symbiote powers. He can just like touch a symbiote and explode them. Like even like the Grendels. Like he touches a Grendel, because they tried to basically synergize Eddie Brock with one of the Grendels. They capture one of the Grendels and they try to combine them, right? And they try to make that Grendel like host on Eddie Brock, and it ends up like starting to kill him. Like he starts to die, and then Dylan, he just like sticks his hand out and explodes the symbiote, and everybody's like, whoa, what just happened? And then they're thinking like, man, we got a secret weapon here. So I don't know how far his character has come along in the comics quite yet, but he could be a cool character that we see like that might be in like the distant future. But yeah, I'm gonna be looking into this stuff, doing some scouting, see what we could potentially be seeing, because yeah, the King in Black story, it's amazing, man. It is so good. And if you haven't seen it, you better go check it out. Grab the comics, or I know there's a lot of creators making content on it. But yeah, I wanted to sneak that in the video. So, toodles. Right, we all thought it was gonna be Hela getting the mid-month tier 3. Nope, wrong you were. It's a different Universal villain, which I'm all for. I mean, now, right, we got Loki for ABX. A lot of people built Loki up because he was going to be our go-to guy, right, all 3 seasons. I wonder what kind of effects Null is going to have, if he's going to be useful for, ABX. You might, like, if you went ahead and built Loki up, like, I'm just thinking about this now, if you went ahead and built Loki up for ABX, you might be stripping him down, right, unless Null doesn't have these effects. So this is actually interesting. We'll see if the devs are actually like, scoping this out and planning these moves based on ABX, right? Because you need the character to have all 3 effects, unless they're strong enough where you can just pop in the other character, silence the beast, or just cancel the roar and then pop them out and then bring in your main damage dealer, right? So you may be stripping Loki down depending on what effects Null has. I mean, he's going to be powerful. I'm guessing he's going to have at least 2 of the effects. Probably silence and paralyze, right? I mean, he's the god of the symbiote. He's going to paralyze your butt. Maybe even a little burn. I don't know. I'm anxious to see though, and I'm anxious to see the direction they're going to take with this. I really want to know how he's unlocked. I wonder if anybody could find out that information before it actually hits the game. But better believe this, I will be getting this guy as soon as possible, and I will definitely be bringing you some gameplay, because I know, for those who can't obtain him right away, they want to see it, right? You guys want to see how good he is. Because I feel like for some people, Sentry might have been a little bit of a letdown when it comes to certain content in the game, right? For how expensive he actually is. But I don't know. He's working for me, though. He's working for me. I'm not upset about him. But yeah, if you have been building up any of these universals or just any characters, I suggest you pump those brakes and wait until we can find out how obtainable null is. Right? Is this going to be something that like you won't get them until you're at level 30 playing null, or 50, or whatever the case may be? See how soon players can actually get them. I mean, because that would be a huge bummer if they just they put them in the game, but like nobody's going to be able to get them for weeks or months even. Like if you have to get to level 50, I mean, I can't even see myself getting to 50 for a little while, at least until I get my Conqueror level up for a while. So I'm anxious to see how they do that. But in any case, thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. If you got any remarks, questions, anything of that sort, leave it in the comments. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, I suggest you go on and do so. We're growing at a rapid pace. We're faster than Charlie the horse at an Indy 500. So, with that being said, you guys stay breezy. Most of all, stay safe. And I'll see you around. Adios, partner.